Creative cooks, you've heard it many times that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but eating the same bowl of oatmeal or drinking protein powder smoothie on a daily basis for breakfast can get pretty boring very quickly. So today I'll be sharing 3 protein-packed breakfast recipes you can prep the night before or a few days prior so these recipes are ready when you need them without you having to rush your breakfast routine. All 3 recipes are completely gluten-free, dairy-free, and plant-based. Now I wonder which one you'll make first. Let's get right to it by starting off with a cast iron baked chocolate pancake. For this one, I'll be using my true and tried dry pancake mix, which I shared a few weeks ago. Majority of you are loving these pancakes. Some of you are already making them for breakfast over and over again, and this makes me super excited. Last time I served them as a stack of pancakes with cherry berry sauce, but today I'll be making one whole baked pancake flavored with chocolate chips. What's not to love? Here I have 167 grams of dry pancake mix, which I made well in advance to save me time in the morning while I get ready for the day, which is something you may opt to do as well. Add the pancake mix to a mixing bowl. Because I ran out of hemp seeds when I was making the pancake mix, I'm adding in some steamed quinoa instead to help maintain consistency without protein content. Next, add in milk of your choice. I'm using cashew milk. Then I'll be sweetening this batter with raw honey. You can use date syrup or agave, whichever you prefer. Add in some dark chocolate chips and mix the contents well to form a homogeneous batter. This pancake batter makes 1 serving size, which will offer you at least 35 grams of protein, which is a good way to start your day on a tasty note to ensure high levels of daily productivity. Prepare a cast iron skillet by lining it with a parchment paper and pour the batter in it. Then level out the batter to ensure that it bakes evenly. Feel free to decorate the batter with extra dark chocolate chips to make it look very pretty to eat, because why not? Bake it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes until golden and well risen, or until it passes the toothpick test. That means when you insert a toothpick in the pancake after it's done, the toothpick should come out clean. And that's it. Serve this baked chocolate pancake with fresh seasonal fruit and have it as a balanced meal for breakfast, be it on the weekend, on the weekday, whatever you prefer, or even for brunch if you missed breakfast. All right, on to the next recipe. I'm turning granola mix into granola cups. This is an easy and elegant way to hold yogurt, chia pudding, or loaded overnight oats that I'll be sharing later on. Also, you may use these granola cups as a way to add more protein to your breakfast meal without compromising taste or time, because you've got to make these well in advance so they work for you in the morning. To make them, add some water and ground flaxseed to a mixing bowl and whisk very well to prevent any clumps. Then add in some coconut oil, fine sea salt, some almond butter for that extra richness and a good source of protein. I'm also going to sweeten this with raw honey. You may use date syrup, agave, whichever you prefer. Season this right here with cinnamon powder, cardamom powder, and ground nutmeg. Then combine this mixture very well using a wooden spoon or a whisk. See, the spices I added in here are going to make these granola cups taste like the warm aroma of holidays. You may consider that your sign to add it to your Christmas menu, especially for you to have it as a snack or for breakfast in this case. Next, add in old-fashioned oats and chickpea flour for that extra level of good protein, to level up that protein content, and combine this mixture very well. Once it all comes together, set it aside and prepare some parchment paper to flatten even portions of the granola dough in preparation for baking. Hello creative cook, I hope you're enjoying this episode. Hey, if you're wondering how I do keep track of how much protein is in each ingredient while I'm making these recipes, as well as recipes I've made prior on my channel, I do have a high protein food list, all plant-based, that you can download. Be sure to check out the description so you can get your free copy, and you can always print it out to have as a reference guide while you're planning out your meals for the week or the month in advance. Also, if you find it a bit clueless as to where to begin when it comes to planning out your meals, let's say you're on a new transformation journey, fitness, lifestyle, whatever it is, be sure to book a session for meal plan coaching. I only have a few spots in the week, so sign up using the link in the description box below, and we'll connect soon. Enjoy the rest of this video. After cutting the parchment paper into squares, each square should measure about 5.25 inches, which is super precise. It can be 6 inches, it can be 5 inches, whatever the size of your cupcake bakeware is, or however big you want these granola cups to be. Divide the mixture into 6 equal parts. You may do less, you may do more, whichever you prefer. You may use the eyeball method, but I'm using a food scale here for precision to make sure each granola cup weighs the same. Actually, you really don't have to do this if you prefer not to. Let's say you're running out of time but not making it on the morning that you actually need it. You can actually spread this granola dough on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Spread it really thin, bake it, and cut it into shapes. Have it with milk, a cereal, that's another way to have it. And that's perfectly fine. But if you opt to follow through with my version, place a portion of the granola mix on a piece of parchment paper, place another piece of parchment paper on it, and flatten the dough starting from the middle, then move outwards, ensuring that the middle part of the dough is as flat as the edges. If the edges are too thin, it's likely that they'll burn while the middle part of the granola cup is still baking. So be aware of that when following through with this process. Repeat this process for the remaining dough until you're all done. Once you're done, brush a cupcake bakeware with coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, whichever one you prefer, whichever one you have on hand. This will help prevent the granola cups from getting stuck to the bakeware after they're done baking. After brushing the bakeware, remove each layer of flattened granola dough and carefully place it in each cavity of the cupcake bakeware so that when the dough bakes, it will take the form of the cupcake bakeware mold. Bake these granola cups at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes until golden and hard enough to form a shell. Once they're done baking, gently use a palette knife to ease the granola cups out of the bakeware and let them cool on a cooling rack. Once cooled, you can store them in the fridge or in the freezer. You can have them for breakfast. You can serve them as you prefer. And a few suggestions include spooning yogurt into it, or chia pudding, overnight oats, or even plain fruit if you want to pack this for lunch to have as a snack instead. Each granola cup contains about 6.5 grams of protein, which I know does not sound significant, but with the different serving options I have made, the protein content surely would add up. Before moving on to the next recipe, please give this video a thumbs up if you're loving it and subscribe if you'd like more videos like this so you don't miss out on any delicious high protein and plant-based recipes that have the power to support your diet, fitness, and lifestyle. Thank you in advance. Alright, our third recipe on the list are what I like to call loaded overnight oats, made intentionally with protein-rich ingredients and no dairy. I've got two flavors for you here, cherry berry and carrot cake flavors. First is the cherry berry version, and for this one, combine together old-fashioned oats, pre-cooked quinoa, chia seeds, and a handful of your favorite berries, be they frozen or fresh, whichever you prefer, whichever you have on hand, make it yours. Then season this with cinnamon powder, honey, or date syrup for settled sweetness, a sprinkle of fine kosher salt to balance the flavors, and add in your favorite plant-based milk to blend the ingredients. I'm using pumpkin seed cream here. I shared a recipe for it a few months ago, but to make this loaded overnight oats less thick, I thinned out the pumpkin seed cream with about 100 ml more water. Now give this combination a really good mix and set it in the fridge to work its magic overnight, so it'll be ready for you by morning time. Side note, pumpkin seeds are a great source of iron, so for the ladies here, if you need to replenish your iron levels during your menstrual or follicular phase, reach for some pumpkin seeds to boost you up. That together with flax seeds, they work wonders. All about cycle syncing, if you know anything about that. Alright, next is the carrot cake overnight oats, which by no means has any cake in it, but it sure does taste like it. In fact, it highlights a few ingredients like carrots, cinnamon, and walnuts that I used in the making of carrot cake. So for this one, I'll thinly shred one carrot, which is a natural source of prebiotic, which also means a good source of fiber for the good bacteria in your intestines to work on it and all that good stuff. And I'm also going to chop up some walnuts and cashews, which are a phenomenal source of healthy fats, protein, as well as essential nutrients. After that, combine together old-fashioned oats, chia seeds, thinly shredded carrot, chopped nuts, and some pre-cooked quinoa. This quinoa keeps making an appearance because I had a lot of steamed quinoa. I might as well put it to use before it goes bad. Feel free to add in hemp seeds if you have some on hand. Season this combo with cinnamon powder, about a spoonful of date syrup or honey. I'm using honey in my case, and a sprinkle of fine kosher salt. You can also add in grated ginger for extra spice if you like it like that. Then top it off with your favorite plant-based milk of your choice or pumpkin seed cream in my case. Like the cherry berry flavor, give this one also a really good mix and set it in the fridge to work its magic too. Now, if you're making multiple flavors of this recipe, being the loaded overnight oats, be sure to label your containers to help you know which is which, because the carrots and the berries tend to mix up in that combination pretty well. So if you want to know which is which, I suggest you label them. And who knows, you might actually have a favorite. Let me know in the comments section below. Also, I've tagged the recipe for the pumpkin seed cream somewhere on the info tab on your screen, or you might as well find it in the description box below. And there you have it. The cherry berry flavor gives you 25 grams of protein. That's because the pumpkin seed cream does have a good amount of protein. Pumpkin seeds are a good source of protein. And the carrot cake one will give you about 26 grams of protein, which is a wonderful way to start your day. Complex carbs, good source of protein, healthy fats, the whole deal. You can also pack it together with your lunch if you're working away from home, but keep in mind to consume these loaded overnight oats within 2 days so they do not go bad. There you have it, Creative Cooks, 3 protein-packed breakfast recipes you can make this weekend for the upcoming week to start your day right while meeting your protein goals on a plant-based diet. I'm excited to know which one you'll try first and which one you liked best. If you'd like more breakfast recipes, be sure to check out this video right over here. That way you could also score 3, that's 4. That way you could also score 3 more breakfast recipes, all porridge as well as another chia pudding. All right, enjoy. Be sure to download your high plant protein food list using the link in the description box below to help your next meal prep session a breeze, while also helping you track your protein content on a daily basis. With the holidays coming up, I want to say happy holidays. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll chat again in my next episode. Later!